It has loomed over the town of Ione for over 100 years.
It's the major landmark of Ione as well as Amador County.
It's the Preston Castle, but it was never home to royalty. It was built in 1890 as the Preston School of Industry, a reform school.
The reason it was built was because originally any boys the ages of 10 to 12 years old who had committed a crime and were convicted, they were sent to either Folsom or San Quentin.
Here, the youthful offenders would receive an education, learn a trade.
They raised their own food, they made their own clothes, they made their own buttons.
They even made their own shoes. Today, the castle is in the midst of a massive renovation project. And despite some areas that are definitely off limits, the building is now open for twice monthly tours and special fundraising events.
We'll go to my right. Be careful to stay in the center of the room.
There are hints of the castle's glory days, but even at its best, it wasn't glamorous. It was a reform school. Even the staff made sacrifices.
Every apartment had a sink in it, but you either had a toilet or heat. You didn't have both.
Still, there were innovations. A block of ice in the water fountain kept the water cool. Upper floors could be reached by elevator. But as it turns out, the elevator wasn't operated by electricity. It was water-powered. The water tank was up top of a clock tower that never saw a clock installed.
You see the gargoyle up there?
The gargoyles had the best view in town, an owl's eye view, you might say. While down below, half a day was spent in school, half a day at work. What would you have thought of that?
Would have been kind of hard.
But for some, it certainly worked. Ward Frank McCown would become famous as actor Rory Calhoun. Actor Lee J. Cobb spent time here too.
And then Merle Haggard, the country singer, he was a ward here.
The Preston School of Industry closed down in 1960, and for some mysterious reason, people seem to think it's haunted. Of course, there are stories.
Right here in this area, they could hear voices of a ghost.
But nobody believes them, right?
Well, I don't know.
The ghost stories gave me a little shaky, and you could feel the presence when you were in the room.
It actually was kind of cool, but kind of creepy all at once.
And as for those long ago kids who actually lived here,
I kind of feel bad for them. Well, I don't know. They probably had fun in this big old thing.
in Ione, Jonathan Mumm, News 10.